Hi everyone, how are you doing? So this is Christelle from Tricot & Stitch. This is episode 6. I hope everyone is doing okay, very well, great. So if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for being with me today. And if you're new to the podcast, this is a podcast about knitting and yarn dyeing, and you are very welcome to join us today. So today, different setting. I'm sitting in my back garden, my tiny back garden, and so you will maybe hear a bit of noise just around me because the neighbors are quite close, and so you may listen to their children playing, and but it's quite lovely because, you know, in those times of lockdown we kind of crave some human activity, so that's cool. I hope you won't be bothered by that. I am clearly not. I'm quite happy about this. So, lockdown. Well, 5th week. How is it going for you guys? I hope it's going okay. It's difficult. Well, we are, me and my family, my kids and my husband, everything's going okay for us. I mean, we have a routine in place, and homeschooling is resuming on Monday, so I might have a different opinion next week. So it's the end of the 2-week break. And but I'm quite serene. I think everything will be going smoothly. I will be top organized. I will be patient. I won't scream at the kid. I will really make this a huge success. I'm really motivated. I needed the break after only 3 weeks, but now I'm clearly motivated to make this homeschooling thing a success. And we have now a date of an end for the lockdown. Our president told us it would be over by May the 11th. So that's a good piece of news, but we don't know how it will be progressive, and we do not have any details regarding the implementation yet. So that's to come. Given I live in the area in France the most impacted by the virus in the whole territory, my guess would be that we will be the last to go out of the lockdown, but I might be wrong. We'll see. Anyway, no problem. You know, I will not be distressed or anything about this. The end of the end is almost with us. It's going to end, and even if everything does not get back to normal right away, it's at least going in the good direction, in the right direction. So that's okay with me, and that's enough for me for now. So what did we do during this 5th week of lockdown? My daughter, my eldest, starting crocheting. I think she will, we will have gained so much skills during the lockdown, so I couldn't resist sharing with you what she did. I'm a huge fan of Lali Lalande, and I have, I think, a lot of her patterns, and I had the cotton, I had everything. I just didn't have the time actually to crochet myself, but everything was here, ready for the taking and the crocheting, and my daughter Ambre decided to start crocheting. So that was her first choice, mini Frankenstein. So it's not the good proportions, or I think she missed something about the increases somewhere, but I mean, look at this guy, he's so cute. I love him. And she did what she could for the eyes with what she had at hand, and I love him so much, but he's not my favorite. Okay, next one is this little guy. And wait for it, ta-da! You think he's a cone head, but he's a square head, okay? Love him so much. Okay. Look at this. How cute is he? Okay. And the last one, he is my favorite, okay? And the last one is, I mean, I'm dying over him. It's so cute. Look at this. Okay, so it's really, it kind of look like the pattern, but it's a free interpretation mostly. And I love it. I mean, she's so talented. Look, I love them so much. So she has started the little bunny. And those little guys are just the cutest. Okay. The book club, we were awfully late. Okay. Our weekly meeting is on Wednesdays, and on Wednesday morning we hadn't read anything for the week. So my daughter told me, okay, just wing it. I was like, what? It's our book club. We're not going to wing it for our book club. So unfortunately, the chapters are not very long. So we had three chapters to read. So because we had the audiobook, we listened to the 3 chapters while eating. And when the time came, we were ready. And we had an opinion, we were able to discuss, we were able to answer the question, not all the questions, but most of the questions, because it was not our turn to prepare the session. It was one of my daughter's friends who did an extraordinary job. I mean, the book is not easy, but she prepared a very detailed summary. She asked intelligent questions. It was very interesting, and I think she spent quite some time to prepare this, and I was very happy. So we promise that this week we're going to be more serious about this, and we will be on time. But it's still not our turn to prepare anything. It's my friend's turn, Christine, and she has to prepare the next session on Wednesday. It was very cool, and I loved how my daughter was so relaxed about it. I was the one stressing out and saying, okay, we initiated that, and now we're the one being late about it, and do we have to postpone? Should we reschedule? She was like, nah, we'll wing it. Don't worry, Mom, it's okay. I'm wondering if she does that all the time. Her grades are good, but is she winging it in other areas? She seemed quite used to do it, so I don't know. Her grades are good, okay, so well, I will not overthink this, but it was quite funny. Okay, so that's it for the lockdown. I didn't dance. Yeah, I didn't dance at all. So that's still work in progress. The kids did. The kids did dance a bit. So that's success, guys. Success. Projects. So I need your help, because I've knitted on my whatever sweater, and you know, you've seen it's available on Ravelry for a very small price, and it was number 1 of the hot right now. So congratulations, Julie, that's so cool. So the pattern is awesome, so I'm not surprised. But so if you want to do it with me, to knit it with me, you have a pattern now, okay? So that's cool. So here is the box it's living in. It's off the needles. I'm not finished at all, but as I told you several times, I am not used to knit sweaters. It's not my thing. So I'm quite the baby in that regard. So I have a lot of doubts about, you know, a size. I know you can just wear it to see if it's okay and everything, but I want it, and I'm not clear. So that's why I need your input. So here's the big baby. So you see, actually I love knitting that, and I think I'm almost to the part where I separate the sleeves and continue on the body. So I put it on, but thought the body was a bit, you know, I wanted to have something a bit boxy. The body is still a bit tight for my tastes, but the sleeves seems to be okay already. So what do I do? Okay, it's either, is it my body who is not done like all the others? I don't know. But my choices seem to be either a tight fit for the body and okay sleeves, or like very big sleeves, too big sleeves, and the body I wanted. I don't know what to do. Is there a hack, something I can do to just increase on the body and maybe not on the sleeves and just the body? Is it possible to do that? I've been thinking about this. I cannot for the life of me picture what this could be doing. So I need your help. So first I will put it on for you. Okay, it's definitely gorgeous. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love this. So the fit. Okay, it's yeah, it's here. You see, just middle of the breasts, and if I'm picking up, yeah. So I would join like here. I think the sleeves are okay, but it's about the body I'm concerned, because I wanted something boxy. Maybe I will not have something boxy at all. Oh guys, I'm sorry, you cannot listen. I was sorry, okay? Yeah, okay. So maybe the sleeves, well, I think I can go. She said she went until 20 increases. I'm at 16. I was afraid going up to 20 would be very, very big. Don't know, what do you think? Is it big? Is it okay? I don't know. I mean, I think I should be increasing at least again twice, but 4 times more, I don't know. Okay, and for the fit, the body fit, okay, up. It's, I don't know if you can see, ooh, it's like this. So it's quite fitted. I don't know. So I think I will be increasing a bit again, some more. But yeah, if you're used to knitting sweaters this way, top down, raglan increase, just what would you do in my case? Okay, thank you for the input. So that was it for that project. So I'm kind of, you know, on a, right now I'm not knitting on it anymore because I don't know what I must do. So it's kind of a, it stopped, it has stopped. I need to put it back on the needles. I still love it very much. I love the color progression. I think it's gorgeous. It's so what I love. A bit of neon, a bit of neutrals. I'm just not sure about that blue here. It was supposed to be a bit more intense. I don't know if you can see with the sun. Maybe it's yeah, here. So you see, it's a light blue, a light, very light turquoise. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure. I love all the other ones, but that one. So I don't know if I keep on knitting with that color and just repeat out if I don't like it. Well, I don't know. So 2 obstacles. I think I will keep on because the color on its own is lovely. And I'm going to switch the background color soon, so it should be okay. And I really need your input, guys, about what I'm doing with the rest of my sweater. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to put back my little shawl. Not that it's chilly, but I think it's gives a pop of color because black is not very, yeah. here it is. So that was for the first project. Second project is my Jimmy shawl for the car, Jimmy shawl car. Hey, so I was late again. I've not been very focused over the past 2 weeks, I must tell. So, but I'm on schedule. I mean, I literally finished the week's knitting part last night and late, but I'm on schedule. So that's it. Okay, I've made the second largest stripe, and yeah, I love it, and I love that color. I think anything with fluorescent pink in it is my favorite color. I love to mix it with fluorescent yellow and fluorescent orange, and this is the trinity of colors for me. So I'm hugely enjoying it, and it's so happy and bright, and I love all the little pops of colors. It's all neon, and I love it. So I'm about to hit the last group of stripes, and then I think next week I will start the lace border. No more TV knitting, huh? Because it's lace without a rest row, so no, yes, I will have to be focused, but it's quite, I mean, the repeat is short in terms of stitches and in terms of rows, so it's not complicated. It's just that you don't have any rest rows, but otherwise from that it's fine. It's not complicated. I really love that. And the book is very nice. The book is very nice. I'm on track with that one as well. You might say I had more pleasure reading Miss Marple than Lovecraft over the past week, I must admit. But I'm on track. I'm really digging it. It's great. I mean, you begin to see that Miss Marple is going to be much more important to the story than just the nosy neighbor. She's still the nosy neighbor. She even has a pair of binoculars to see who is passing, crossing the street a bit too far for her to see with her own eyes. So she has a pair of binoculars. I mean, who doesn't? Okay. And and yeah, she has already some pretty witty and intelligent hypothesis about who did not do it. So I mean, at this stage, it's chapter 10. All the obvious suspects are already out of it. I mean, she demonstrated to the incapable policeman that yeah, those guys, the obvious ones, the ones with the obvious motives, they didn't do it. Okay, they couldn't, and just don't insist. I mean, they didn't. And the guy's like, okay, they didn't. I love one part because there's something about, you know, the gun. Colonel Prothero was shot to death with a bullet at the back of the head, and so the murderer had to have a gun. Okay, so at one point, Colonel Prothero's wife was suspected, and not only suspected, she made some. Well, she said she did it. So Miss Marple said, "Excuse me, no, she didn't, because I was here playing noisy neighbor with my binoculars, and I can tell you she was there at that time. She couldn't have time to do that time, and she didn't have any gun." And the policeman is like, "What? How can you tell she didn't have any gun?" And she's like, "She didn't have a purse, for once, and she was dressed so, oh, what can I say? there was no way she could have concealed a weapon on her, because she was dressed too suggestively, too tightly, too well. There was no way. I mean, if the girl had had a gun on her, it would have shown. Like, not in the bra, not nowhere. Not possible. And the guy took her word for it. Okay, she couldn't have a gun. That's proof. I'm written it down. So I'm quite enjoying it. Are you reading it? Did you read it? I mean, what did you think about that? I love that scene. I loved it. Okay, and I'm going to move forward and talk to you about Brioche Queen. One day that pattern is going to go out. Mark my word, it's going to be published. I promise. Okay, I made some progress. Actually, you know, last week I was talking about French version, English version. I might say a word about that, because if you've been watching me from the start, you know that I'm filming tutorials in French and in English, and the sample for which I'm filming, well, I might show you again, maybe you forgot what Brioche Queen looks like. So Brioche Queen is this lovely brioche project. It's a caul, okay? It's using 3 different type of yarn. It's using the slub yarn mixed with the mohair as the dark color, and it's using a fingering weight yarn as the light color here, okay? And so I'm working on that, and I want that pattern to be beginner friendly, as beginner friendly as a pattern can be. So what I did is that I filmed tutorials from the very cast on to the bind off, detailing each step of the way, the brioche, but not only the brioche, I mean the first rows, how to knit with the slub yarn, because you know you have the little slubs which you have to take that into account in your tension and everything, and the brioche, the increase, the decreases, everything. I'm really actually it's a brioche workshop, that pattern. It's going to be a brioche workshop, specifically prepared and designed with beginners in mind. So, and it's going to make you, brioche beginner or brioche complete newbie, the brioche queen. Okay, that's my promise to you. You're going to be the brioche queen after you completed your brioche queen caul. So, you're going to be the queen of brioche. Okay, so that's the French version. So that's the sample I'm using to film the French tutorials, and that's the English versions. That's the sample I'm using to film the tutorials in English. Okay, so that's why I'm talking about the French one and the English one. So the French one is ready for the last set of tutorials. The pattern is done. Now I'm going to resume classic brioche, simple brioche, then garter stitch and bind off. Okay, so it's almost done. I'm almost there. That was the longest part, finishing my samples to be able to shoot the final ones. And that's the English. And I don't know what's about the English version that I mean, I had to frog at least, not everything, but maybe 4 rows at a time. I had to frog 4 times. I'm always making mistakes in the pattern. I don't know why. I don't know what is it with that. I don't know why. Maybe because it has no neon. And it has a bit, the speckles here, a bit, fluorescent lemon. So I don't know what it is with that one. But I will, you know, I will prevail. I will win, okay? So that is my absolute priority. I want to finish that guy and be able to film the last tutorials in both languages next week, okay? So fooling around with this project is over. no, I'm getting serious about this. It's going to be out beginning of May. I don't want to set a date yet, but I'm really intent on, you know, everything ready for beginning of May. So the pattern is one thing. Okay, the video tutorial, all the workshop aspects are one thing. The other thing is, as a dyer, I prepared some kits. Okay, and for knitting one brioche caul, what you need is half a skein of slub, half a skein of mohair and silk, and half a skein of fingering. So I'm going to put together some kits with half skeins. And to do that, well, I had to dye a bunch of yarn that I'm going to show you, and I had to upgrade my equipment, my winding, my ball winding equipment. So I received it, guys. Okay, so that's the new umbrella. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the Knit Pro one. Okay, it even has this little thingy here. My only regret is that it has some plastic parts, and I don't like that. That sucks. Really, that sucks. They could have made that in wood. My not so beautiful, my previous one was completely in wood, so it's almost broken now. It's all you know, wobbly, and it doesn't work very well anymore. But I mean, it was completely in wood. And why do they put those? I don't think that part in wood would make the price go up so much. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed by the plastic parts. Otherwise, it's gorgeous. And the other part of the team is that baby. It's the jumbo ball winder from Knit Pro as well. So a friend of mine told me, May, did you know, look around, see the opinions about that ball winder? Did you read anything, the comments? No, I didn't. I wanted something matching my umbrella, and I think it's lovely, so I went for that one. And she told me there was some problem with adjusting the tension, and it was too late. I had already bought it, so I'm really hoping it's going to be okay, because the Brioche Queen kits depend on it. But well, we'll see. I'm sure I can tweak things to adjust the tension if need be. I'm sure it's going to be okay. I mean, how difficult could that be? And compared to the previous equipment I had, which was really old and broken, and I had sometimes to rewind a ball 3 times to get something acceptable and knittable, I'm sure it's going to be better. So, dyeing. So I had a dyeing session last week. As for the previous podcasts, that's my custom now. Everything you're going to see, so excepted the pre-orders, but everything I'm going to show you will be in the shop already, excepted the pre-orders, so what I dyed to order and what has already been bought, but I'm showing it to you in case you need inspiration and to show you how the colorways look like. And the Brioche Queen kits, of course, will not be in the shop because I'm not finished yet. I just wanted to share with you the colors. So we'll start with the Brioche Queen kits. Voila, I've already knitted, so that part will be just, oops, my coffee. Okay, so new one. Customer told me she thought a Brioche Queen kit in black and white and tons of grays would be awesome. So if you know me a bit, I love black and white. Well, I love black, okay, and I love white, but together, just black and white, I tried, guys. I really tried very hard. So what I did, I dyed some slub and some mohair for the dark color, and that's a very, very, very deep gray, dark gray, very dark gray, almost black, but with black areas, black speckles. So that's darker things. Darker things, okay? And what I tried, I wanted to, you know, do some speckles, black and white speckles, so basically leaving the yarn undyed with black speckles, but I couldn't resist. I had to throw in some fluorescent lemon. I mean, I couldn't, really I couldn't. So that's, the colorway is called Almost Black and White. Almost B&W, almost. And it's basically only black and fluorescent yellow speckles on an undyed base. So I dyed it on single and sock. The sock base will be in the shop because I'm keeping the single base for the Brioche Queen kits. And if I put the three together, this is what it looks like. Okay, and yeah, I love that. I mean, I needed that little, you know, pop of lemon. I couldn't go without. And I'm thinking about, you know, doing it the other way around. Almost black and white here, and darker things here. Would be great, no? And what about that? What would you think about fluorescent yellow? I don't know. Just, you know, need to do some thinking, but at least that will be an option. I will have 4 kits like that. Okay, 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare different kits in small quantities, so ready to ship. I finger crossed the lockdown will be over, and I will put some pre-orders for everything that's already sold out, okay, with a reasonable turnover. So kit number 1. Kit number 2, those I've not tested. Those are kits I have not yet tested with samples, because I'm already at 5 samples. Originally, I was really keen on trying every color combination because I'm like that. I'm very professional. I'm really devoted to you guys, but I will not be able to do that. Sorry. Because otherwise the pattern will be published in like 2025. Okay. So another possibility, and it's not here. See, it is here. Is that one, which is gorgeous. So that's Éclat de Soleil, and that's Éclat de Soleil on mohair and fingering, and that's The Answer is Love on slub, and I think that's going to be epic. So kit number 2, and the rest of the kits I can show you directly the samples, because one is here. So that will be kit number 3. So that's Halloween Dream together with Unapologetic on single and Unapologetic on mohair and silk, and that gives this. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4 is that one. I really love that one. So that's Framboise sous acide, Corrupted Pink, and Until Dawn. And that I only have in balls because I have not dyed another batch yet, but this is how it looks like. If you've seen the podcast, the previous episodes, you'll have already seen that, so I won't be, you know, detailing each and every colorway, but just for you to know what the color options will be. So that's number 4. Number 5 is that one. I don't know yet what will be the single colorway, because I'm currently knitting my 5th Brioche Queen using that as the darker color. It's Dreamy Ara and Mint Paluzza for the dark color, and I'm using a bunch of minis for the light color, but I have not brought it with me. It's in the house and I will not fetch it now, so it's not a problem. Just you see that, and I mean anything could be really beautiful with that. Just look at that. That will work very well. Even I think an apologetic will be beautiful. Yeah, lots of options, lots and lots of options. There will be that one, so that's Merveille together with Pamplemousse here, and Nude on Lurex with sparkles. Haha, okay. And there will be, well, the French version. So the French version is this one, and that's Dirty Rainbow. Again, that one is not very dirty, slightly dirty. See, not very dirty, just a bit, just a tad. Pretty reasonable rainbow, not too dirty rainbow. Together with Unapologetic and Cocktail by the Pool. That colorway is having me dream about summer pool parties, inflatable flamingos and cocktails. Oh, might not see that this year. Anyway, and that's it. I want to dye another kit in the blues, blue and grays, so I might do that today. Otherwise that's it, but well, I think there are a lot of possible color combination, and you guys are extremely talented when it comes to color combination, because I've been packing orders this week. Well, nothing is, I mean, postal services said, well, I called them this week, they said they were resuming shipping in very small amounts, like 2 packages per day, 3 days a week. But I prepared some packages yesterday, it was Friday, and they didn't pick them up. So I don't know if it's really resuming or if we should wait another week or so. So I don't know. But anyway, I've been packing orders, and I'm completely in love with some of the color combinations you come up with. I mean, some I would never have thought about myself, and they're killing. They are just killing it. And that's what I'm going to show you. Okay. So, first thing that I love, it's this kit of minis. It's going to be in the shop. It's in the shop. So it's a bunch of neon minis, and it's called Neon Radness. I mean, how appropriate. And you have here Dirty Rainbow, Nébuleuse, Déplacement de Stoke, Mint Paluzza, and Eleanor. And it's lovely. Okay, so that's going to be in the shop. I was waiting to have enough minis to prepare some kits, and now I have a box overflowing with minis, so I'm ready. Next, what I want to show you is a pre-order that I love. You know, it's my Dreamy Ara colorway, and a customer requested it on sock and on mohair and silk for a love knot. And I mean, that order made my heart beat faster. Especially, I had not dyed that colorway on mohair yet, and the result is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's really, really, really gorgeous. And I think I will dye some for me, because, well, I can dye it to order for you guys, no problem. And this is the same colorway on sock, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I can't wait to see a love knot knitted in those colors. It's gorgeous. So pre-order. Do not hesitate to let me know what you would like me to dye for you. I dyed a bunch of nebuleuses as well on lurex and on mohair. So those will be in the shop as well. So that's my nebuleuse colorway. I dyed a bit of neon coral. So that's neon coral on lurex as well. And I dyed some again on mohair. It's a really lovely apricot shade. Not too neon. There are some neon dye powder in there, but not only. And it's a really peachy, lovely color. Up, okay. I dyed also for a client who loved the purple section of blueberry something, the colorway I dyed a couple of weeks ago. She wanted some blueberry something on mohair without the brown and green parts, so I dyed that for her. So that's a pre-order as well, but it's called Purple Pulp and it's available. I mean, it's one of the colorway I can dye for you as well, but it's really lovely. It's a vibrant purple. It's really beautiful. So there will be a bunch also of Love is the Answer in the shop because I had to dye some more. So you will find those in the shop as well. So Love is the Answer. Oh no, it's the answer is love. I'm always mistaken. It's I mean it means the same, but so that's the answer is love, and it's the colorway I dyed when I recorded my dye session last podcast. So here's another batch, slightly less saturated than the previous one, so on lurex, and I love it, especially on mohair as well. It's really lovely. And paired with another semi-solid single, it will make a gorgeous, a gorgeous Brioche Queen coal. I'm seeing Brioche Queen coals everywhere those days. Another colorway I wanted to show you. So you might remember last week I showed you a colorway that I was not completely happy with. I found lovely, but it was not what I was aiming at, really. This time around I cut closer. So I'm quite happy to show you this one. It's called Collapsar, and it's a very saturated purple with dashes of of blue, and it's gorgeous. So that's on single, and that's on sock. There. What else? What else? I have a couple of one of a kind. So this one is a one of a kind that I might be able to reproduce, I'm not sure. It has no name yet, but it's really lovely. It's only neons, but it's not very concentrated, so it's almost pastel. And it's a very lovely shade of peach and pink with a dash of yellows. Oh, it's gorgeous. I hope really I will be able to reproduce it. I have to try it first, but this one will be for grabs as well in the shop. Together with that one I showed you earlier, neon coral on lurex and mohair, and that's neon coral on single, and they pair perfectly. It's the beginning of a fade, so what I did is that I put Aperol Spritz on this end, and it was so gorgeous. I loved it, so I put a picture on Instagram, and that's a possible fade. I do not really dye fades. When I do have fades, it's by accident. It's not something I'm trying to do, but I cannot I mean, I cannot avoid spotting a fade here, beginning of a fade. It's lovely. Okay. And the last thing I wanted to, no, two things. You might remember that a client of mine requested some advice to put together a palette for the Fantastic Shawl by Stephen West, and in the bunch there was a bespoke speckle skein. So that's the bespoke speckle skein, using all the colors in the color palette she chose. So it goes from, there was mint palezza in there, some turquoise, some pinks and oranges in neons, and I will put a picture here of the complete palette together with that skein, so that you can see what the overall result is. And I'm very happy with that. So I put in the shop a listing for a bespoke speckle colorway. And the last pairing I wanted to share with you was that of a customer with vision. And she requested some dirty rainbows, 4 of them, together with some champagne rosé on mohair and silk. And I mean, I love that pairing so much. It's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. I think it's going to be a big piece because there are 8 skeins total. And it's a lovely pairing. But I mean, neons and pastels, you cannot be mistaken. I mean, it goes together so well. And yeah, I have a last thing to show you. It's, you know, one of my exhaustion skein. So that's typically one of the colorways I'm having when I'm exhausting the dye bath. So that's champagne rosé, and it's on Lurex, and there will be one in the shop. And it's really something very, very sweet, very pastel, very soft, and in delicate shades of pink and yellow and champagne. Actually, that's why I call it champagne rosé. And it's really gorgeous. And I love those colorways, you know, the one to exhaust the dye bath. And I'm going to try something else. I think it's fiber for the people who does that. She goes even farther in the no waste thing. When she rinses out her tools, she keeps the water as the dye bath. So all types of colors, she calls them her lucky pots, and I think that's a really great idea, because I was, you know, getting rid of the rinsing water. So I think I'm going to do that as well. We'll be using the water I'm using to rinse my tools, so that nothing goes to waste. And it's a wonderful idea, and I just want her to get the credit for it. So it's five of us people who is doing that, to my knowledge, and I discovered that idea with her. And I will be doing the same, to just not waste anything. Okay, so that's it for the dyeing and for the podcast, I guess, because I think I've been through everything with you today. So I hope you enjoyed that moment with me. I did enjoy it very much. It was very nice. Again, if you have any questions, check the show notes or ask in the comments. I will be happy to exchange a few words with you. And I wish you to spend a lovely week and to hang in there. Okay, the end of the lockdown is coming soon. So bye bye.